My name is Andi Huselid, and as much as I'd love to say I've officially cured cancer, or identified a new energy theorem, or created an improved method to find the length of an arc, I can't, nor will I. Although Huselid's method does have a nice ring to it. Alas, I am merely a 17-year-old with 2 hands and a heavy background in hockey. As a 17-year-old, this comes with its own perks, and by perks I am referring to a driver's license. Although my 15-year-old self likely had a much more enticing idea of her future self behind the wheel, I can't say that I would change a thing. As I am nearing a year and a half of having my license, not counting the years I spent behind a wheel mowing the lawn, I can safely say that I have driven other people outside my family to and from destinations more than I have driven myself alone, in my own car. One of my sister's friends, whose family has 6 children in sports, all but one without a driver's license, constantly needs rides after school since her parents have work and other children to worry about. For the most part, however, a driver's license alleviates the stress of my parents, who no longer have to worry about getting my sister to school at 7 in the morning, or to the after-school hockey practice, or back home when that hockey ends, a time, I might add, which changes every day. Not only does it help my parents, but my sister doesn't need to work around my parents' schedules to determine when she will get a ride. Instead, she gets a safe ride whenever and to wherever. In order to maintain a proper 8 and 4 hand placement on the steering wheel, a driver must have 2 hands. Luckily, I'm at no loss in this category and can use my 2 hands for all sorts of things. For instead, I dare say I'm an elite leaf raker. When autumn arrives and the leaves abandon their summer green just in time to follow Newton's third law of universal gravitation, you better believe I'm the best at leaf removal. Have a leaf-strewn yard? Do not fret, because I can help. I have years of experience. Since before I have reached 7 years old, I have raked leaves from yards, practically entered the world with a rake. Growing up, I raked the leaves from my elderly neighbor's yard annually, since the task had grown too difficult for them to complete on their own. This continued until 2 years ago when they moved into an assisted living home. However, I am no quitter. Through the National Honor Society, I have found ways to continue my leaf raking career, leafing no fallen one behind. Haha, get it? Just kidding. Okay, however, I didn't settle for only leaves over the past summers. From middle school to today, I have volunteered at numerous softball tournaments, both raking fields and working concessions. No pitching mound goes unlevel, no cleat mark left behind, no chalk line disturbed, because any softball or baseball player knows this brings bad luck, and I couldn't do that to anyone. These volunteer sessions generally lasted all weekend, meaning one is there from 7 in the morning to whenever the final softball game ends, usually just after dark. However, I was happy to help, and I got pretty good at fieldwork and counting money over time. Aside from these, I chose to help tutor underclassmen in algebra during my sophomore year of high school over COVID. Ultimately, however, the most memorable time I had by helping people is when I coached little kids how to play hockey. Since I joined in 2nd grade, I have loved the sport of hockey. However, I didn't start coaching until the summer of 8th grade. At the time, I student coached with the summer training program outside of my hometown, which consisted of practice over a 3-month period, wrapped up with an end of the summer tourney. During this tournament, I helped coach with one of my good hockey friends, nicknamed a girl Marvel after her favorite movie series, and our team ended up winning the entire tournament with medals and candy to show for it. Afterwards, I looked to coaching kids in my hometown of Elk River. I encouraged my neighbor to join the sport of hockey, and then proceeded to teach her everything I know.
I have been skating here at this rink ever since I was 2, and Andy and Abby have helped me learn how to skate. How we first started was when I was 2 years old, and it's when I got my first pair of skates, and I started out on a chair, and they just pushed me around the rink. And eventually I learned how to skate, and then I became a full-grown hockey player. I am also happy because I get to teach my siblings now how to.
During sophomore year of high school, I chose to student coach the 10UB hockey team in Elk River. As I grow older and leave my hometown, I hope to be as avidly involved with my community and the people around me as I am today. For now, I don't know exactly what I want to do when I'm older, so answering how I plan to help others in the future is quite unknown to me. I hope to one day be able to pay my parents back for everything they've done for me, not just with money, but also with time. If they need help cleaning their house, I hope to be there. If they need help raking leaves from their yard, I hope to be there. I like to think that if my future roommate were to need help with homework, I would be there for them. Whether or not it's a run to the nearest gas station to get a coffee and snacks for a boost, or if they need help understanding a confusing prompt, or they needed somebody to quiz them with flashcards for the next test, I would be there for them. Not everything has to be extravagant. Sometimes the little acts are the most helpful to those closest to you.